Hi everyone. This video is for people who haven't done a lot of calling representatives and things like that and want to now. This is kind of a do it together video where we'll just spend time with me in this video and you'll be getting it done. And for those of us who have some spiritual magical practice, there is one thing I want to suggest for this video, and I have other ones as well, which is to draw inspiration from the trees around us. You can imagine a tree near your home, your workplace, or an imaginary tree that gives you a sense of comfort and strength. You either picture, or you can do it in real life if you can, your awareness of the tree's presence. And then become aware of how you're coexisting, the sharing of your both presence. And then in your mind or aloud, you can repeat these words: rooted, confident, strong. And then you're sharing the qualities and draw it into you, and also finding those qualities within you and sharing it back to the environment around you. So I'm not going to do a video on it now. There's a few things that I've learned from people and from leaders. Some frequently asked questions. First is if calling representatives actually work. And so the way to understand the system is that voting is not a simple yes, no, single choice question on a paper. I think this is a system of influence, of energy. We can think about how representatives, they want to stay elected. They want to be popular among people. So the more information they're getting about what people want, the more they have to go off of on how to keep themselves elected and popular. So the more input we give them, there's actually more signal that they can follow. If you're not calling, you can think, oh, we're already on the same page, we belong to the same party, same position, or it's so obvious in the news, for sure, the leaders, they will follow what's popular in the news. None of these are given because the calls are recorded with the information, with who the citizen is, it's backed and supported and formal data. So when we do call, it really is real information. It's like any official formal system. People in any position generally need actual data to go off of. And so when we're making these formal calls and requests, then it gives them strength and back them up, even if they already agree. So that takes us to the second question is it worth calling if you already know what your representative is going to do? And so the answer, and continuing with the first question, is that it still does, because that gives them that backup and that data. If they're actually receiving more angry calls from opposers asking them to do something else, and the people who support what he was going to do don't call, then well, he has actually more data from the opposers than the supporters. That keeps them in a difficult situation. And talking about kind of the energy of backing them up. If your leader already is doing what you want them to do, continue to call. It's thanking them. And a lot of things these days are very tight races. Think about the times you had to either make hard decisions or do a difficult performance. Every single support and words of kindness can really make a difference and add to your conviction. So when you do add on to the direction that things are already going, you still back them up and help them bring out more they can do. Sometimes they can run into a lot of resistance, and maybe those few extra words from us will help them work harder, push harder to get the actual result, because sometimes it's not an easy race. So I think those are two questions that probably relates to anyone who will see my video. And so don't be intimidated by just having to make such a formal call and to, expose who you are, talk to someone in an office. You are supported and you are using your power, claiming the power and empowering yourself with action to step out the comfort zone. That is sometimes the barrier. And those have really not as much to do with state of the world or external conditions. This is something we're also doing for ourselves, to have our actions align with our heart and to step out of the comfort zone, to try something new, something bolder, something that is showing more power. And that personal growth might be part of what all this is asking of us. If you repeat it often enough, then gradually you'll be accustomed to wanting to do more. Okay, first go to the 5coals.org website. And then make sure your location applies to your zip code, because remember, the actual data of citizen information is what makes the data real for the centers to work with. So click on this week's urgent matter. And there are also different issues that you can click on to see what different information updates and guidance they have. You can see there's an update already. The bills, they've pushed to combine bills to force continued funding. So what we're trying to hope to do now is to demand standalone bill and not combine them. Consider this video your holding hand video for when you want to do something like this and you just want to do it together, sing along kind of support. Scroll down with your zip code, you should have the representatives information. What I've heard is that their Washington number can be really jammed. You can try the local office numbers. Maybe you have a better chance of getting through. And here's the script that's ready for you on 5coals.org. Even this is different from a few days ago because of the update that the House is making. Here's one important thing. If you're leaving a voicemail, then you want to leave your full street address to ensure that they can confirm you and that they can record your call as a data point. Okay, so my phone is my camera right now, so I can't actually call, but here, this is where to start. Get your phone, dial those numbers, and whether you go to voicemail or you talk to a real person, this script is a good way to kick you off. Stay calm and reasonable, but it's okay to let your emotions shine through and respect the person on the other end of the line. Let the feeling of hope, of empowerment, and love come in. Know that you're supported by the higher power of what is going to be for the highest good of all. And you're using your power and you're finding your magic in doing the things that you feel is right, that you feel is in alignment. So thank you for your time and consideration. After you end the call, congratulate yourself and maybe go back to your tree, take a walk outside, or visualize and meditate with your tree. Share love, share hope, rooted, confident, strong.